when I'm working in an organization and we're looking at the issue of change, okay, usually when we're talking about change, we're talking about something, new structure, new strategy, a new approach to things, new products, services, whatever it is. What people often forget is that if you're talking about people, people actually go through a transition that's related to the change. It's more the psychological side. I often use the example of someone changing home, and let's look at it this way. You come across your dream home. This is what you've been wanting all your life. And in that moment, what you do is you think, this is it, I'm going for it, I'm going for this. And you're very happy. And then you start having what we call buyer's remorse. And it may not simply be an emotional or financial thing. It may be, I've been in this neighborhood for 20 years. I like the people. It's fantastic. My kids, they have friends here. So when we talk of transition, we're saying something is going to end before something can start. And it's the ending involves losses. And even if those losses are not significant enough for you to not want to make the change, they're important. And so if we don't acknowledge the losses that are going to accompany a new beginning, we're going to, well, basically we're going to struggle with the change. So I guess what I would say is that organizations tend not to acknowledge that human beings go through transitions that are related to the change that they're trying to institute. That transition has phases. Something's got to end. There's a bit of a neutral zone because things don't change instantaneously. And the end of the whole transition process is the new beginning. That's what's really interesting. It doesn't happen till the end. So you got to manage people. You got to be realistic. People aren't stupid. They don't resist because they just want to resist. They resist because there's a transition that you're asking them to go through. So you've got to be up front with them and talk straight with them and say, look, this is going to be good for these reasons, but yes, that's going to change and there may be a loss there. You may have to shift. You may have to be working with different people. Whatever it is, that's important for that particular person. And then there's going to be a period of time where we haven't gotten there yet. So you need to manage that time. You need to manage yourself and them through that period. The great thing about that neutral zone, we call it, is it's extremely creative because it hasn't happened. So we can think of, oh, if I'm going to move to that new house, oh, how do I want to set it up? If I'm going to be working in that new office, if I'm going to be managing that new team, how would I like that team to work now from all the things that I've learned in the past about how teams work? So the neutral zone, highly creative, so we can use that. Otherwise, people tend to go into a dip. And at the end of it, you have the new beginning. And the new beginning, you know, there's a physical change, but it means new behaviors, new attitudes, new ways of thinking about things. And these are the things that have to be addressed if you want the change to work. You have to manage the transition.